good afternoon, everyone. Happy 4th of July. This is a very pivotal year for this nation. And I mean that in terms of a New England Patriots football fan. It's been a drought since winning multiple Super Bowls and since being just the annual go-to Super Bowl favorites. So, as a New England Patriots fan, it's been a rough couple of years. Um, I I will concede this that the fall from grace has been at times been embarrassing. I would probably, if I had to pinpoint, I would probably say, I would probably indicate that uh, Mac Jones attempting to tackle someone after a horrific Jacoby Myers lateral interception. That's probably as bad as it's gotten and as bad as it will get. And we'll credit JC Ramos, who loves Wendy's. I would probably say that's more or less um that's more or less up there with the butt fumble and the Jets, which I full disclosure, I completely disagree. I completely want to push back. I don't understand why that Mark Sanchez turnover is called the butt fumble. Mainly because Vince Wilfork, right? And speaking of a great patriot, a great American, Vince Wilfork, shout out to him real quick. I don't personally understand how or why that's considered a fumble when Vince Wilfork forklifted the opposing player and and threw his entire body at him. It wasn't really the butt, in my opinion. That's how I see it, at least. That's how I view it. But either way, you call it whatever you want. Luckily, it's a free country. Shout out our founding fathers as well. So anyway, what what should we expect from this New England Patriots team going forward? And I will confess, I will admit, it's really difficult for me right now to get my arms more or less around anything. And what do I mean by that? This team this year can go a bunch of different directions. Now, before I expand on that specifically, let me clarify one thing. The the actual future of this team is bright, is very bright. So winning will come in one way or another here soon. Now, what does soon mean in this case? That's a little harder to dissect. That's a little hard to pinpoint because there are just too many unknowns. But what are the positives that for sure will hit? What are the areas where we can see where we know, okay, this isn't going to be an annual Cleveland Browns situation. Shout out the Johnny Manziel pick. Okay. First of all, they have they have an adult in the room in Coach Jerod Mayo, who might not have that much experience in terms of being a head coach. I'll concede that all day. Fine. But I think he knows enough and would be willing to make the right moves as needed and has enough self-awareness and it doesn't come across as a stubborn guy where if it's clearly not working or if it's clearly a misguided practice where he would 100% say, all right, no, we're doing it this way because, and in fact, he's now granted, there is such thing as coaches speak and just press conference talk, right? Who at times we have to read in between the lines. We can't just take what they say at face value. By they, I mean literally everyone with a microphone in front of their face. But it seems to me that what he has been saying, what he's been very consistent on, is that this is a team that is going to continue to build, that he's going to go about things, make certain tweaks, and that as much as possible, they're trying to get rid of the feeling of any possible nostalgia. They won't just do things because that's how they've always been. And Jerod Mayo has indicated as well that he's going to lean on people who may know more than him in certain areas, and that's fine. That's perfect. That's beautiful. So that's the number one reason why everything that I just outlined there, everything where I went in maybe a little too much detail there. Yeah, sorry, my bad. That is the hallmark of an outstanding coach. Versus a lot of people, when they get in that coaching position, particularly offensive coordinators, are most guilty of this, I would argue, where they're just so consumed with coming up with the best play call. They miss the holistic angles. They miss the holistic everything of what's needed while coaching a football team in a game. They're so focused on the play call, the next play call. Do I go out with 3? Do I go out in an empty set? Do we maybe do a throwback to Nebraska, go out in the I formation? Shout out the fullback. Shout out Joe. But, right, they're so consumed in that one specific aspect where they don't really have a pulse. They don't really know. Shout out Curious Sports Pulse. They don't really know what's going on in terms of the rest of the team and getting a good feel of the team and reading the game and reading where the team is at. So that is a very real issue that in my opinion, what I've seen, offensive coordinators are most guilty of this, and that is a problem. But based on everything Jerod Mayo has been saying, and this has nothing to do that his focus has been on the defensive side of the ball for his career. That has nothing to do with this in terms of my current praise of him. Okay. I will just say, based on everything he's saying, it seems that he's less of that type of that will be a complete non-factor. That will be a complete non-issue. That's how I see it personally right now. And that is, if we're being so honest, that is a huge leg up over so many people. Say what you will. Shout out Jordan. Pray for a healthy Judon. I'm also praying for a good contract negotiation because maybe I'm reading too much into this. You all let me know if I am. I saw a Mr. Jordan.
Pray for a healthy Judon. That's all you need.
Why did you comment that just have that be the first words?
I just forgot to set the link. That's the thing.
That was awesome. You're like, I'm gonna comment, and then I'm gonna read my comment as soon as I get on.
I'm like, you gotta pray. You see that cross right there?
Oh,
you need to pray
that's what
to
that's
Judon.
for.
You need to be like this. Football gods, please hope Matthew Judon is healthy. It's that healthy Christian Gonzalez.
Yep.
I don't know why the Falcons didn't draft him, but Christian Gonzalez is a beast.
Oh, I know why they didn't draft him. So they could run Bijan Robinson twice a game, every 2 games.
Oh my, that was hilarious. The fact that they drafted him that high, just to barely use him. That's why I'm not a fan of Arthur Smith and his offensive play calling. But
yeah.
But still, for the NFL season, it's gonna be. I want to say when I read my outlook, it was during the draft. Okay, what if everything goes right for the Patriots? They're probably gonna win 8 to 9 games. They're
the over.
Yes, but
4.5.
Exactly. But then when you look at the schedule, you see like, okay, there's going to be 5 to 6 winnable games, and I do think with a strong defense, with their strong defense, they could steal a game against the Bengals, like
Boy, that'd be something.
because like I don't trust the Bengals run game. I don't like their defense is still solid. Like their defensive game plan is solid. I don't like the pieces are just eh. But the breaking point for the Patriots is their offense. They need to hope that like Jacoby Brissett can hold it down until they decide to start Drake Maye. They need the hope that the receivers don't regress horribly.
Yes.
And again, Juju Smith-Schuster is number one. You gotta at least hope someone else develop. Like you better hope Kendrick Bourne develops to at least a number two or at least a better number two, because like you can't depend on Juju as your number one. You can't.
No. Jordan, I hope someone offers us a gift card to Dunkin' Donuts for Juju Smith-Schuster, and that Elliot Wolf accepts.
Not even a discount. Like that might be too much for him. That might be too much alone.
It's a $5 gift card to Dunkin'.
Exactly.
Too much.
$5. $5 is good enough.
Oh, okay.
And let's see. Hey Dan, doing good. But yeah, it's not gonna be a fun. It's not gonna be a fun time for the Pats.
No, but we can't watch me be miserable all season long, so this will be fun. Brady's commenting. He didn't stream the hot dog eating contest. Brady, there's a hot dog eating contest, and then he goes on to ask, "Does that mean we get 2 games tonight instead of just 1?"
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I'm probably not gonna be. I'm probably not gonna be here. I'm celebrating 4th of July. I'm gonna be outside. I'm gonna be outside eating and drinking.
Stuff in your face. Oh my god. But no, Brady, I thought I was clear that I was kidding about streaming the hot dog eating contest. But shout out to Joe, he nailed it. But I will stream a game tonight, and Jordan will be busy with his festivities, but I will still be streaming a game tonight. And that doesn't mean 2 games, because again, we have a new job, Brady. We're expanding. We are working hard. We're making moves, Brady. So you will see less of us necessarily on the air, but it will lead to a better result. So I'm sorry if you're not excited for our happiness, Brady. But go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah. But still, I can't wait for the NFL season. It's gonna get wild. It's gonna get crazy. You just can't wait. And yeah. Gonna go to the living room, but yeah, like Pat season again, 9 wins is the ceiling, 4 wins is the floor. Like hell is the floor. It can't get any worse than last year. If it is, we're gonna be dealing with that in Nebraska, embarrassing themselves in national TV.
Well, Jordan, just because you're right doesn't mean you have to say it.
No. It's like Stephen A. Smith. Okay, you're not wrong, but you'll have to say it. God.
No. The only reason we're talking about the Patriots is because 4th of July. Right? If today was if today was national oh my god, Brady says sounds like you're having a party going on. But anyway, if today was national
it's the 4th of July, Brady.
Yep.
We are celebrating, we are drinking.
If today was National Bear Day, then we'd be talking about the Chicago Bears today. So right, it has nothing to do with my fandom. But anyway, hell yeah, Jordan. So this Patriots team, the 4.5 I think is actually accurate in terms of the over/under of wins. I really do. I don't think this team gets to double-digit wins, even if Drake Maye is decent, pretty good. And I don't know if that will silence some of the critics and some of the loud voices in Foxborough because that's what Belichick more or less was doing. Granted, not last year, but you know what I'm saying before that.
Exactly. Like, you just hope Jeremy, and again, he was a player, so he was under the coaching system under Belichick, so he understands how the defense works. It's just that it is going to be a rebuilding year. It is going to be like, hey, this is the first 2 year, the first 2 years of rebuild, which was desperately needed. Like, last year was the wake up call. Last year was like, oh my goodness, if we don't improve, we're gonna be terrible. We're gonna be awful for the next 20 years. Like that last game against the Jets, like that week 18 against the Jets, it was depressing. Like snow game. Hey, we might get another win against the Jets. No, it was sloppy as hell.
Jordan, I think that's the key. I think that's the key if I'm being honest. Not so much the wins in terms of the noise, in terms of the internal pressure in Foxborough. It's not so much about the wins. It will be about how this team looks because it was so bad on offense. As long as there's some improvement in terms of how the offense looks, as long as the defense plays to what the level it could, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah. I agree. Like,
go ahead, my guy. Go ahead.
No, I want to say, like, I agree, and like, but if they keep losing, those voices are going to get louder and louder and louder until like it's gonna be chaos that like even the '90s Patriots were like, oh, we were bad, but we weren't that bad.
Yeah. Now, in terms of the AFC East, I know I see it as a mid-off, and I think mid-off might even be charitable between the Patriots and the Jets for that third spot. Or do you see it differently?
It's that. I want to say mid-up is going to be like, oh my dear Lord God, we need to get third place because we can't be last. Because the AFC is like it's not going to be. It's going to be top heavy-ish with Miami and Buffalo. Even then, Buffalo and Miami has huge glaring holes. But yeah, like it's going to be a mid-up between those two, and I think the Jets might barely get to third, barely get to third place because like you're probably going to see some brutal losses by the Pats.
I think so.
Like, but we're talking about the AFC East itself. That's an interesting conversation.
Okay, go ahead.
Because
you're cooking now.
Because the top teams I have glaring issues with. Miami, I'm not confident. Like Mike McDaniels is showing his whole like he's throwing like he's trying to do a lot of jet sweeps with Tyreek Hill that are in screens during that playoff game. Like it was brutal to see, and like those glaring holes are going to probably pop up again against actual playoff teams because most of the wins were against weaker teams last season, and they are going to get a tougher schedule. I have low confidence in offense. I have low confidence in their defense. Like you have Vic Fangio, who literally improved that defense, literally to be one of the top 15, top 10 defenses in the league. But like it has holes itself because they can't stop the run, and most of the defensive playmakers were injured. Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb. They're probably going to be coming back later in the season. Like those are two names that I'm like, oh god, no, oh boy. Like and Miami is trying to improve on that with the draft, but like I still have issues with the offensive line. It's just so many holes in Miami that I don't trust them. That I have to miss in the playoffs. Buffalo, like they had to cut a lot of fat because of that Von Miller deal. Like you Training's right. He had injury issues, but like he's still a great corner. Like I don't I don't trust them. Like they lost Stephon Diggs. That depend on freaking Curtis Samuel as a number one. Like they got Keon Coleman, but like they got him in the second round, and he breaks out. You can't have a fifth year option because you didn't draft the first round. And you could have drafted Worthy, you could have drafted Leggett, you could have drafted. Oh my God.
Cook Jordan.
Like both, like I don't trust those two teams. I don't trust them. I think Buffalo's going to win the division. It's just that I trust Buffalo more than Miami.
Jordan, that was brilliant. That's what our founding fathers would have wanted. Well done. Credit to you, Jordan. Let's first introduce our newcomers to the show. First-time flyers, long-time listeners. Mr. Joe, how are you?
Another day in paradise.
Oh my God, that sounded enthusiastic. And Mr. E-Rock, how about yourself?
Cook, Jordan. Cook, baby.
All right.
Get that grill started. Hey, I'm doing
He's
well.
cooking and he's cooking cereal. Awesome. Joe, your reaction to what we've been saying in terms of the Patriots, if you want, that's the only reason why we're talking about the Patriots, right? The Patriots, 4th of July, haha. And then if not the Patriots, AFC as a whole. East, sorry, my bad.
I mean, I have maybe, if I put a scale of 0 to 10,
Oh God.
I have probably a negative 12 interest in the AFC East. There's just nothing happening there that, unless you're a masochist and you just want to see just how far the Patriots plummet, that's basically the only thing that I'd be interested in seeing what's happening, because when you tear something down all the way to the studs and you start from scratch, I don't think their expectation is that you could just walk in there and you're going to be able to duplicate anything that's happened in the last 25 years with them. So there's going to be, it's going to get worse before it gets better as far as they're concerned, in my opinion. Now, as far as the top of the division, I kind of agree with where Jordan is at with the three other squads. I don't trust anything, not only in their infrastructure, in their front office, but just the players that they have. There's nothing there that says to me that there's going to be a consensus. Oh yeah, you could pick them. Oh yeah, you could pick them. The Jets franchise decided that they wanted to look at everybody's IR list and decided we're going to try to take all of them and hope for health. I think they're on the same training program as the Lakers are trying to do with their youth movement. I think they decided that, we're going to overhaul the whole training staff and we're going to put something in place that's going to somehow change the bodies of the players that they signs that perennially get hurt. I don't know what they're going to do with their body is their body. Their training staff can get them ready for a season, but their body's still going to have the scars from all the injuries that they've had up until this point, and there's nothing but God that can cure that. So, that being said, count on half their roster being on the injured list and barely being able to field the team by week 15. The Dolphins are interesting because they're just in this space where they're still trying to figure out what they're going to do as far as the contract's concerned with Tua. I think they saw a lot of positive things last year, namely him playing in all the games. That was nice. They appreciated that. I think a lot of those questions were being asked of Lamar as well, and he also played all of his games. So that's kind of the thing you want to see before handing out a whole lot of money, and that price tag is just only getting higher and higher. So I'm going to be very interested to see what the Dolphins do with that contract, because you see a guy like Trevor Lawrence get what he gets and you're looking around like, okay, well, who just recently got paid? What's Trevor done in the league to warrant that outside of him being next?
One playoff game. And like Lawrence was mostly injured last year during that later stretch. So like, but still, like Jacksonville had to give him the money.
Okay.
I need to take a screenshot of this because
let's talk about that playoff game they won. Who did they beat?
Well, I think Chargers sports.
Who's coaching that team?
Rams,
I'll stop you
baby.
there. That's literally all you need to say there. Irrelevant conversation.
You Staley.
And I say all that to say this contract's going to be really important because they're paying 2 wide receivers number 1 money. So we're getting to the point where percentage of cap is going to start to matter. And I don't care how much the cap goes up in football year by year. That percentage of cap is going to be very interesting with them not wanting Waddle to go anywhere, wanting Hill to go anywhere. Where Tua comes in on that contract is going to be very important, and I'm going to be very interested to see how he plays with if they don't sign him to a deal before the season. That would mean that he's like on watch. Like, okay, can he play 17? Can he get 5,000, 30 and 12 and warrant the huge contract that he wants to secure his future? That's a lot of pressure on someone who just learned how to stay healthy. So that I want to see that.
I think like that. I think like Tua's gonna get paid. That's the thing. It's just that like
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Either the Dolphins are gonna do it or some other sucker's gonna do it.
Gabe knows. See, Gabe speaks my language. Gabe speaks my language, so he knows. I think Jordan's a huge connoisseur of Charles Barkley on TNT because he loves to do the 1-2 back to 1 situation.
The 1-2 back to 1.
You had your full allotted time to cook on your own time, and now we're cooking on Joe's time.
We haven't even gotten to Shaq yet. I was like, we're gonna have his 1-2. 3.
Well, exactly. 1-2 back to
1, 2, 3.
Exactly the point.
1, 2, 3 to 2. Back to 2. Damn, bro.
Jordan's like, I'm gonna cook on everyone's time. It's 4th of July. Everyone's cooking.
I got 4 MVPs. See me, Charles. Google me. God.
And we all know by the end of this season, Jordan's going to want to fire every coach in AFC East anyway because they couldn't beat the Chiefs. So
85 Bears.
Because they couldn't beat the Chiefs, he's going to want to fire the whole entire the roster, the front office, the training staff, the grad assistants of the colleges that the new people came into these teams for. He's going to want to fire the whole thing. Just burn it. Burn the whole thing alive.
What is the opposite of the analogy moving shares on the Titanic? Like, well, it's thinking it's like, what's the opposite of that? Like when things don't need to be in emergency mode, and Jordan's like, scrap the whole damn thing. So it's like, I personally, just now that we've moved on to this subject, I personally want to see Jordan as the CEO of a team or as the owner of a team, because he will for sure be in the running with David Tepper for the amount of head coaches fired on the payroll. He will be 100% fighting for that role David Tepper has incorporated. That accounting department under Jordan's team is going to have so much dead money that's not being allocated anywhere to the current team that's on that it's going to be crazy. It's going to be wild. I would love to be an accountant. Because if I ever want to see just a huge sum of money move to nowhere, I would just work under Jordan, because that money is just going to be sent to whomever's fired coach's house. Severance. That's going to be the new bonus package. People are going to get hired to Jordan's team just so they could suck long enough to collect the whole contract by week 12. Oh man, damn dude, you had to low blow. You had to go with.
I ain't paying my coach $46 million per year.
With the Denver Broncos just to make me feel better. You had to go with David Tepper. I mean, it's true. It's true. But still, could have done me a square.
David Tepper has a history of it, whereas Broncos just cut Wilson this offseason. Like they don't have a history of just pooping money away year after year. David Tepper is the standard bearer on how to waste money.
No,
he is the standard bearer.
You're missing my point. You couldn't have done
What is your point? Everyone's making points during my time. So what is your point, E-Rock? What is your point?
I haven't even had a time.
Because it wasn't your turn yet, E-Rock. I'm trying to finish mine, and I've got JC up here naming everything under the sun that strikes his freaking mind. Any bubble, any speech bubble that pops in his head, he's gonna say, because you know what? His goalie works better than every bad goaltender in hockey because everything's getting passed.
That's great.
You know what, E-Rock, take your time, because I don't
Yeah,
even want
go
mine
ahead,
anymore.
big fella.
Go ahead
Come
and take
on.
your time,
You
E-Rock.
have rings, right, E-Rock?
Now I feel guilty because Joe's right. I feel guilty though.
As we all should.
JC, what's up with that, man? Come on, man. You ate your gummies too early, bro. All right. I'm sorry, Joe. Actually, I'm be very quick. Actually, since the subject is, I'm very well. Now I'm mad at Jordan for making me feel bad about this, and I'm also mad at all y'all for making me defend the Patriots. How dare you? How dare you to make me defend the Patriots? I think the Patriots are going to be surprisingly better than people think they're going to be. Their defense, even without their two best defenders in the back half of in the back nine of this, I know it's not literally, but just saying, like the back half of the season, were the number one defense. They were, and they had like such crappy. Their offense was always setting them up with the worst field position, and they still were managing to stifle teams. They didn't win much, but and I think they have an actual defensive coordinator who knows he can't just put his paws all over the offense. So whatever their offensive scheme is, how much they can protect Drake Maye, that's going to be the real key. And they really need to get the tight ends involved. They need to pull a page out of Buffalo's book, essentially. If they said Drake Maye reminded them of sort of a Josh Allen, which I don't quite see that, then you need to use their offense or their team the same way, like run the ball, old school. But I think the Patriots have a chance to at least be right there with the Jets as the 3 or 4. Miami, yeah, I'm with Joe on the rest of it. My interest level, 1 through 0 through 10. I'll just be nice since he went -12. I'll just say a big old goose egg because no one's done it. The Dolphins are like the Eagles light. They have 2 great receivers. They have a good running back core, and then they have struggles on certain areas, but they're not as good. That's where I'm at. That's actually all my take is on that. And my take on Jordan, yeah, his goalie. I don't think there is a goalie. I don't know. I think it's an open net. I think it's an open net most of the time, and it's like a matter of launching and seeing what happens. All right, so that's my take for the whole thing. See, Joe, I got you. Joe, now finish your point, Joe.
Yeah, should we go 1, 2, 3 back to 2, or do we go 1, 2, 3, skip a few back to 1? What should we do here?
Skip a few.
Oh, I'm good. We can move on to the next.
Oh my god! Yeah, the NFC East is taking up too much of our time at this point.
We'll ignore that.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
Joe, I hope you know I am clipping a part of that, and I will post that later because that was cool.
Don't worry.
Do the whole thing, please. Do the whole thing.
I loved every moment of that. Actually, Jordan, Brady, are you in still? Gentlemen, let us move on to today's hot dog competition. I will say history was made on the women's side. Greatest number of hot dogs by a female competitor. So shout out to her. No idea what her name is. And then Joe, you kind of called this in terms of the winner. What went into your instant analysis? And Jordan, we are skipping 1, but we will go 2, 3, 1 in this round, just so everyone has a heads up. 2, 3, 1. Go ahead, Joe.
I'm sorry, I was watching an insane highlight by the Yankees. What was the question?
Hot dog eating
contest. What went into your astute analysis of nailing the hot dog eating contest prediction?
Well, I've consumed enough of that particular event to know who the people to watch are. And the person that I couldn't remember what his name was, Mr. Eric Badlands Booker. He could drink some lemonade, and I've been watching him drink some lemonade for several years now, and stands to reason why he just completely outperformed the field. That is the only thing that I watched, to be honest with you. That was the only part of the event that I was interested in. Like you look at who I don't even recall who actually won the hot dog contest. But I know that the number was in the 50s, and and Joey would have smoked whoever won that. He averages like 65 to 75 dogs every year. For the winner to be at 59 is going to be just there's just no way. There's just no way anyone could have taken that hot dog contest seriously, knowing that the champ was not here. Shout out to John Cena.
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame on Nathan's.
Shame on the sheep, Jordan. You've been sheeps today. Go ahead, 3.
Which one is 3, just to make sure? Is that me?
Yeah, we're going
Okay.
2, 3, and then sheep.
And sheep. Gotcha. Bah. All right. You know what? I can watch. I watched a little bit of last year's. Like they had a couple of what do you call it, replays. I can only watch 5 minutes of a hot dog eating contest before I'm just like, it makes me not hungry, and I don't want to ruin hot dogs and glizzies for me. I don't want to ruin them, especially the day before National Glizzy Day. So but I didn't even know that the lemonade chugging. I didn't know there was a chugging championship. I'm like, okay, I can actually watch this because this is hilarious. There's like this brother that was on there from like last year, the year before. He is huge, like I mean, rotund to say the least. That dude would just put down like a freaking bucket, not a jug, Brady, but a bucket, like a bucket of lemonade. That's why I was like, is that lemonade or is okay? Word up. I mean, but damn, it's pretty. I will definitely watch that. I think if there's a replay of it, I'm gonna watch the lemonade one, and I'll watch 5-ish minutes of the hot dog. It's wrong.
It is in the group chat. BT Dubs.
Oh, it is. Oh, sweet. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's just wrong looking. Ugh. Dipping it in the water and
yeah.
Ugh. All right. They should do a rib eating contest at least. That'll be. I mean, then we won't even be able to serve hot dogs. It's like I know it's not like traditional, but at least when the ribs will be so messy you can't even see people just destroying them. It won't be as nasty. Or a wing eating contest. I don't know, something.
Yeah, they'll be like this. And then like eating that shit. I'm like,
what he just now clip that, nigga. like a mouse. Like a mouse.
Jordan with his best Chipmunk impersonation.
I don't know what it was. Some sort of vermin. I'm not sure. Some sort of. I don't know. That's all I got for this.
Yeah. I appreciate your time, E-Rock. Jordan, what are you doing?
He's eating a hot dog, and then I don't know what he's doing.
I'm eating food. You got the honey barbecue wings. You got the hot dogs. You got the burgers.
That's how he eats his wings.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Jordan. Sorry about that.
Jordan's like,
did you tune into any Coney Island content or no?
No.
All right. Well, glad we brought you on for this. All right, Jordan. What? Well, I want to kind of shift gears. Oh, we're almost out of here anyway. Jordan, what are you doing? I just need to know this right now. What are you doing with your night tonight?
Spend time with family, eating and drinking, and seeing the fireworks.
Okay, that's a good corporate answer. But no, what are you actually doing tonight?
That is a good.
Probably gonna be in my room relaxing, watching the fireworks from either from one of the windows, or you're actually gonna go outside and you're like, I'm gonna find where they're shooting the fireworks and you can take some pictures.
I knew the answer to that. He's gonna eat an edible. He's gonna take a nap, and then he's going to wake up.
Probably that too, I'll tell you that too.
He's gonna.
I thought you were gonna go to the rooftops and parkour across the Bronx.
Hell no. I am not that athletic.
Well, not with
that. That parkour saved my life. I'll be like this. Oh God.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What will you be like, Jordan? Sorry, I missed it.
Like,
Oh, he's busy. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Jordan. Potting, communicating with his fam, and getting his glizzy fill in. Shout out to Jordan.
Glizzy Phil eating his wing.
All right, gentlemen, we gotta get out of here. We're off to Iraq. Are you doing a show after this?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a very brief one here. We'll see how as brief as Jordan will let it happen. Everyone's invited. We're gonna call it Scout Party, baby. Let's do it.
Plug what you need to plug. Let's get out of here.
Well,
I'm tired of the OP Jordan eating experience.
That's it.
I was thinking I was.
Go ahead, Iraq. Go ahead, Iraq.
No, I didn't have anything. No, I'm just talking about.
Oh no! I said plug what you need to plug, and let's get out of here.
No, everything down here. Everything down here, baby. That's see y'all soon.
Jordan, are you doing the same? All right, yeah. So, Joe, plug what you need to plug, or just point. Either way, you're good. Go ahead, Jordan.
So Joe's looking at us like, yo, you're crazy.
Yeah, Java Joe Sports.
All right, we're out of here, boys. See you later. See you later.